T-bone. Those are big steaks. I had such a hard time staying awake in church today. I've been sleeping more lately in general. It probably has to do with the fact that I'm staying up too late. I'm gonna work that out. Let's see how we're looking with 15 minutes in. It's actually looking pretty good.
This is 1:08.
Yeah, I had a piece.
1:18.
I thought it was good like that. But we're gonna cook it a little longer. All right, so we got a couple of more New York strip steaks ready to go today. My wife just cooked up for tonight. But I'm gonna tell you, today is a very interesting day. I recently got notified from Carnivore Crisps that they wanted me to try out their product. Now, I've never heard of this brand before, and nobody in the comments has ever mentioned them, so I guess you might not have either. But when I heard what they have in them, I was blown away that somebody was making a product that's kind of like a chip that is only grass-fed, grass-finished meat, and they use my favorite salt, Redmond sea salt. So when I heard that they wanted me to try out their product, I said, heck yes, I want to try out that product because it sounds freaking awesome. They got a few that aren't on my diet, but I'm looking forward to letting the boys try this, and maybe Katie. I'm gonna try out the one that I have the most trepidation with, and that's the grass-fed beef heart. I don't think I've ever eaten heart before at all. So this is definitely gonna be interesting. It smells like beef. Oh, they're so light. It's like a little potato chip. I don't even want to take a small piece. I just want to try the whole thing. It's delicious. Grass-fed, no hormones, U.S. family farmer. Ingredients: beef heart, purified water, Redmond sea salt. Exactly what the Lion diet calls for, and those are good. I am stoked I could finally eat liver. What do you know? It's so nice to eat eye of round and not have it be something I have to work to chew through. Those are good. Surprisingly, I think I like the beef heart the best so far. Gosh, this would have been so much better to have on the road. I've stopped and bought some of those beef jerky or beef jerky-like products on the road. They don't taste as good as this. This tastes really good. It's so cool to eat something that tastes like chips and not feel guilty. I can't wait to get into the next one. They're all so good. The meaty, fatty piece right there, I like that. So good, I gotta have more. Oh man, the brisket's really good. I'll savor every bite. These are so good. This is so cool. But it's still got that crunch like a potato chip without the awful potato and the awful seed oils. I'm gonna tell you right now, Carnivore Crisps, it's 2 thumbs up from me. Hey Levi.
Yes, sir.
You want to try one out?
Yes, sir.
Oh, and he wants to try the beef liver first?
I want to try the liver. I've never had liver before. Honestly, it's pretty good. Just tastes like meat. It's good.
My kid likes liver. I love it.
It's pretty good.
I'm used to salting my meat a little bit more than this.
The best? I gotta say it's the liver. That was really good.
Likes the liver the best. Amazing. About eating the whole bag of this. Yeah. A little extra salt goes a long way.
Gives it more of a taste.
Yeah, I know. It's gotta. You fall in love with that salt.
No. Oh.
But as far as giving you that crunch flavor that you're looking for, that you don't get when you're eating all meat, this is freaking awesome. I love it.
This is really good.
What can I say? They're good. Well, I just got back from a trip to town that had me running a lot of errands while I was doing an intermittent fast. And boy, am I glad these are here. I gotta make something to eat. Being able to have these at the end of an intermittent fast if you haven't prepared because you're busy. Wonderful. By the way, I've put a link in the description for Carnivore Crisps. If you go there and use my coupon code Dante, D-A-N-T-E, you can get 10% off of your order. Give them a try. They are so good. And man, am I glad I had them today. I know I wish I'd have had time to salt these yesterday or had thought to do it last night or something, but I am just always going. Something I didn't have a problem with before, I'll tell you that. I was always staying, not before this diet. Still hungry. While I'm waiting, I'll just have a little more. Never thought I would say that about organs. You're gonna have some more liver, huh?
Yes, sir.
Don't eat them all. Let your brother try some.
Yes, sir.
I know somebody else is anxious to try a piece. Come on over, Levi.
Okay.
Grab you a little piece there. It is so tender. So we're going to show the video of how we made this, so you guys can see how to turn 20 pounds of brisket into 20 pounds of happiness. I've got pecan wood, and I've always put in 1 stick of cherry wood. The cherry wood adds a mahogany finish to it. You can't use cherry wood all exclusively by itself. It'll just give a bad taste. We put it on, let it go overnight, cooking at 225, and then letting it rest for about 3 hours or so, wrapping it in butcher paper with whatever other thing we want to put on top to put moisture back into it, what we've lost from the heat, and then put it back on for another 3 to 4 hours. Anyway, that's the process from start to finish. And if we put it on, say at 5 o'clock, then the whole process would probably be completed right around 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We're going to trim it slightly. We could use salt. If you ruled out paprika, you ruled out pepper. So we'll go salt only. Okay?
Yes, sir.
This is called a pepper brisket because it has the point and the flat all together. Okay? We're going to remove this part, which is called the deckle. It's on the bottom side. If we see any membrane here, we're going to remove that. And looking at from the underneath here, we'll see that the grain is going this way. So we're going to score this very slightly. We have a lot of bark on it and we can't tell which way the grain is running. Then the scoring will let us know which way to cut it, which will be opposite the grain. But very slightly. So it'll tell us right there, rather than being stringy, it'll be, the texture will be very compact and tight. Because the grain is going this way,
Right.
we're cutting opposite. Okay, we're getting down where we can start to see some meat there, and we don't want to cut into that. Now, we're going to flip this over, big piece of meat, and we've got a little bit of a overlap here.
Yeah.
So we mentioned we were going to remove that. We've got a little bit of a nose sticking out. Now, a lot of people will say, take this fat cap down to about 1/4 inch. I say there's flavor there, and for the long cooking process, we're going to leave it alone.
Okay.
All right. So now, what we're going to do, all right, we're going to put salt up in an even distribution here. And if you want, we'll rub that in.
Yeah.
Circular motion.
put that in there, and then I'll take that to the barbecue. I'm going to take these smaller ones here, get it fire going, and place them in there, and then I'll set that back where it's about 8 to 10 inches away from where that fire is. And I got the cherry wood down on the bottom, so we're not going to lead off. We're going to get it to blend in. We're going to set this at 225 or a little bit below. Now, we're going to put the point closer to the fire, which is over there, because it's the thicker part of the meat. So for that to balance out and to work according to that cooking idea, we'll put it over here to the left.
Preheating the smoker.
At 225, this should take about 10 minutes, give or take. Now we see it.
Yeah.
We want to look further.
Wood is the key to all the flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a flamethrower in there, isn't it?
Yeah. Let it all be on there even. Okay, real good.
This is going to be moving the whole time?
Yep. We got smoke. We got temperature.
And time.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna live. There's my sign around the corner there. So it's nice enough to let me put that up.
It's been off since 5:30.
Yeah.
So how long do you normally let it?
I'll let
what
it
do
go. Well, you'll see here, you lose a lot of, you get probably a 70–80% yield out of it.
Oh, it shrinks a little. I get you. Looks good.
That's what you want.
Yeah, nice and soft.
So I had it where I wanted it. See how, feel that.
Oh, gosh, it's it's so thin.
I
mean,
had
it's
it
just
where I wanted it.
I didn't think it was going to push in like that.
Yeah.
Tastes good too.
Yeah. Now, we're going to take that off very slowly. Going to wrap it and do what we call the Texas crunch.
Okay.
And, now, what we're going to do here, we're going to guard against that. Now, here's typically where we would put some kind of slather on there, okay, for the moisture.
Right.
All right? But we're going to do it
This way?
without it.
It's good to have things with a seal on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll do that. So leave it in there 3 hours. All right, so in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, we're ready to put it back on for an hour or so.
Yeah, and
then you're done.
We'll check it at that point. It's cooked. It's the smoke. It's got all the qualities we're looking for,
Yeah.
as you can see. And so then we'll take it. We got it tender. We want it mega tender, ultra tender. Okay.
Sounds good.
So that's where we're at.
It's time to let that hair go. Cutting off them long strands. Farewell. Glad to be rid of it. Plus, when I go scuba diving, man, that hair gets all up under my mask and wrapped up in the back of the mask. Hey, I got a mullet.
Starting on one.
My head is getting lighter.
Yeah, what you call it?
Yeah, like the wind is blowing back there. There's no wind in here.
Smells delicious.
Look at that, how that. Now we're going to put it on for a final hour of cooking.
I was trying to wait to do this video, but I don't have my other microphone, and I got a new camera and a new mic on the way because somebody complained about the audio, but I wasn't too happy with the video on the iPhone last time. So anyway, I'm not waiting for nothing because we got that brisket done. I'm hungry and I'm ready to eat some of this brisket. So we're gonna pull that out and get started. Oh man, all right, let's see here. We've had it here for a couple hours, and you can see where my wife and son have already been gnawing on it. It is so good. The guy who showed us, or let us use his cooker, his smoker, was so worried that since we didn't marinate it and we didn't use paprika and pepper and whatever sauces he likes to use, we only use salt to make this. He was so concerned it wasn't gonna come out good. It is so good. Mm. Oh my goodness. Mm. I don't know if I got the right tools for this, but we're gonna cut some of this up here. Perfect. Mm. Look at that. Oh. This is $4.99 a pound, and then 20% off, so it's $3.99 a pound, or was it 15%? I forgot. This will offset your budget some if you're worried about cost. This is cheaper than the hamburger, and about 1,000 times better. John Dance, you are the bomb. Now I know why the Carnivore Crisp brisket was my favorite. Apparently you gotta cut this the right way, and I haven't even been paying attention to how I was cutting it. I'm just hacking away and eating it. Want some more?
These are,
There you go.
oh,
Get it, whichever one. What a blessing to have Mr. Dance let me use that smoker of his and show me how to cook it too. I had a lot of wonderful comments. A lot of them mirrored of some of the things that he had said to do. But when I found out my neighbor, really we were talking about something totally different when I met him yesterday. It just came up, and boy, he was hungry for the idea of cooking this brisket. What a blessing, how the Lord delivers. I didn't know what to do with this thing, and you guys offered all those wonderful comments. I'm sure everybody that knows about brisket's probably freaking out about how I'm cutting this up, but it's gonna get eaten. Don't you worry about that. Not wasting a drop. Except for stuff that got on the floor. I'm not eating that. So there it is. 20 pounds of brisket, less what we ate. Starting this diet was the beginning of something that was much bigger than just a diet. It's affecting how I do my whole life. Everything about what I'm doing is having an effect on my life, and there's a lot of change going on right now. One of the things that I've been watching YouTube for a long time. We cut the cord on cable back in 2012, and I've really enjoyed the lack of commercials and things like that. Up until these past couple of years, it seems like they've all crept back in, and that's grated on me. I didn't want to have commercials in my videos. So I always thought that if I ever had the opportunity to monetize, that I would not monetize, because then there wouldn't be commercials interrupting my videos. And then I found out about affiliate marketing and found out, well, that's the only way you're gonna make any money doing this. So at least it's me controlling the commercials. But then YouTube decided they're gonna put commercials in anyway. Then there's a thought, well, if they're gonna put them in anyway, why not monetize? Then I've heard that you get more commercials that way. So any commercials that are here, it's not because I'm monetized. I am not gonna monetize my YouTube channel. I am gonna stick with affiliate marketing. I didn't even think about affiliate marketing options when I started making the videos on this diet. But then when I found out there are some products out there, like Carnivore Crisps, There's another product company that's contacted me and I'm interested in that product. So if I'm interested in it, I'm willing to give it a try. I'm willing to talk to you about it if I find that it was a good product. If I find that the product is not good, you can count on the fact that I'm not going to talk about it. The thing about Carnivore Crisps is that they were good meat, good salt, and added a feature that I was missing from my diet: heart and liver, and not be disgusted by it. They've sent me some to try and I want to thank them for that. So I said, yeah, I could definitely get behind something like that. And I've tried them all and I like them. When I started this journey on this diet and I started recording my progress, I had a feeling that I was going to put something together on YouTube, but I never thought it was going to be as big of a success as it has been, having as many views and comments and so many people inspired. And I'm so grateful for that. That's been the wonderful part of doing this. So I want to thank all of you, first of all, for watching my videos, and I really want to thank you for all your comments that have been encouraging about what you're going through. Your encouragement that you get from me encourages me to press on. I hope that you will take the time to look in the description at the link that I have and use the code that I have for Carnivore Crisps if you want to give them a try. I'm pretty sure you can get 10% off with a lot of other options out there. There's probably 1,000 ways you could get 10% off. I bet if you look up the website, they probably got 10% off right when you get there. But if you would please use DANTE, Dante, for your purchase on that, then that's going to help them get to where they want to be able to support me. And I like the product, and I think you'll like it too, especially if you're doing carnivore and you miss those crunchy things that you want to eat. I would like to continue this because this is a great opportunity for me to be able to spend more time with my family and to be able to do some of the vlogs that I used to do where we're sharing our experiences and encouraging others to enjoy their freedom in this country. Our freedom is under attack in a lot of ways right now. There's some things going on in the meat industry that are very scary too. I come in here and I'm just talking about meat, and the next thing I know, they're talking about banning meat or stopping you from being able to eat meat. And that's been weighing heavily on me now. And it's going to come into your life if you're trying to do a carnivore diet, because if they're driving the meat prices up, then that's going to affect you trying to achieve the outcome you want to achieve. They are trying to keep you weak and keep you submissive and keep you accepting of everything they want you to listen to so that they can control you. This diet is about liberation. Liberation from the things that have held me down. Regulatory things are getting out of control where there's just intrusion in every part of your life. Politics is a non-stop invasion to your psyche, and it's all negative. And a lot of it is just distraction from what you need to be doing, whether it's taking care of your health, taking care of your family, taking care of your spiritual life. All of those things, they are far more important than the distractions of politics. Now, that's not to say we shouldn't pay attention to what's going on in politics, but there's only so much you can do. It's a deluge that you can't even fight against. But what you can fight against is that area 6 feet around you, that you're taking care of your family, that you're watching out for your neighbors and your friends, that you're supportive of those who are having a tough time. And that's what I'm trying to do through these videos, to be able to be supportive of your goals. With what's going on in the meat packing industry, the way these 4 major meat packers are consolidating and working together to drive prices up on meat. And we've got to be able to fight back against that. And one of the ways you can do that is to buy from local meat suppliers. And you can go to usabeef.org to find these local meat providers where you can bypass some of these major meat manufacturers and help support your local ranchers fight this oppressiveness that's going on. I've also thrown a couple of links in the description where other influencers have talked about this very subject. So I encourage you to check out those videos in the description. And even though there are going to be difficulties, even though you may feel like Superman, even though you may feel supercharged like I have mentioned before that I feel, it doesn't mean that you are Superman. And you can't push yourself beyond your limits. Past 10 years, I have been in a sedentary lifestyle with no exercise, eating the sad American diet, the standard American diet, the sad diet. And now I'm having a change in that. And my body is under a lot of stress with what I'm putting it through. I'm lifting weights every day. I'm trying to walk more and get more exercise. I want to do things. I'm getting up early and going to bed later. I have realized that I need more sleep. I had this idea in my head that if I could sleep less at night, that I could accomplish more during the day. And there are videos out there on the internet about this, about those who are the most successful only sleep about 4 hours a night. They even mentioned that that's not something you can force yourself into. It's either something you do or something you don't do. Well, I had it in my head that I could do it anyway. And I'm realizing now that I need at least 6 hours of sleep a night. It's been difficult for me to get that sleep because I tend to want to stay up very late. And I still wake up at 5:30 in the morning, regardless of what time I go to sleep. I had to make sure that I'm not drinking water close to bedtime, because that has kept me up a lot at night, having to go to the bathroom over and over. Another thing that's happened lately is that I've gone through keto flu again. And I realized that if you go back 2 or 3 videos where I talk about where I was eating chocolate covered cashews, having beer occasionally, and that I had eaten at a Mexican restaurant, well, all of those different things probably put my gut bacteria back in a bad cycle for me. And now I'm getting back out of that. So the past 10 days, I've been experiencing basically what you would call keto flu, where you're having the diarrhea. It's hard to talk about diarrhea to the whole world, but I've also seen some amazing things in the past few days, some things that have really showed me that the Lord is working in my life, and that He's there, and that He's there for you, and that all you have to do is turn to Him. When you see Him working in your life, it's amazing when you start to feel that momentum gaining where you're on His plan instead of your plan. And that's one of the reasons why I have to come tell you these things. I have to tell you things that are uncomfortable for me to say. I have to tell you things that are hard for me to say. I'll encourage you, keep going with your exercise, keep going with your diet, but don't push yourself beyond your limits. It doesn't mean you have to eat things that you shouldn't eat, but make sure you're getting your rest. Make sure you're eating properly. Make sure you're exercising, but not beyond what you're capable of after years of not exercising. But I'm gonna stick with this, and your encouragement helps me to do that.
And that late night hunger hits. That's what I'm talking about.
I can never find these things to flap. All right, how do I get in here? Oh, liver. My nemesis. And if you go there and use my, what do you call it? If you go,
Stung by a wasp.
fat on the floor. What you waiting on, Bria? You waiting on something? Here.